What is going on YouTube? This is your boy Sagar and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're looking at why Indian weddings are the best. Andrew, Schulz and Akaash Singh. Akaash I think got recently married and that's what they're discussing here. I don't know what I'm getting into, guys. I saw the thumbnail and Andrew was all dressed up with the red turban and everything. He looked great though. So I'm actually really excited to get into the clip. Let's get started.
I had an absolutely fucking amazing time at this wedding. I do think that Indian weddings are the best weddings. I've been thinking about this a lot.
I have been too.
And I'm not saying this for pandering reasons. I think they are the best weddings. And this is why. Okay. Expectation, as long as your reality exceeds the expectation, you think it's an amazing time.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair.
The cool thing about an Indian wedding, especially as like a white person or non-Indian that's going into it, right, is outside of my interactions with you, my only interactions with Indians are in like the highest levels of professionalism, right? A doctor, don't be joking around with me that much if you're a doctor. A dentist, don't be kidding around. Don't show too much personality. Fix me, bro. So you see like this muted version of Indians, right? It's always in some sort of professional setting. They're not being that silly.
I'm glad he didn't say that you're always used to seeing Indians in that 7-Eleven setting. So that's... I'm glad about that.
Oftentimes, the jobs they choose are very high stakes.
Yeah.
You're the CEO of a company. Don't be kidding around. Guy who runs Google. Make sure to Google Googles.
We don't got time for that.
No more time, right?
Fair.
And then outside of that, it's a very tightly knit community, so there's not that many people from the outside that are going to get access to it.
Right.
So the first time a lot of non-Indians see Indians actually be Indian is at the wedding, right?
We assimilate everywhere else. Everywhere else, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll keep our stuff as much as we can, but we're going to assimilate to what you do. Indian wedding, you're going to assimilate to us.
Yes, and what's so interesting is the assimilation process is nothing.
Yeah.
We're way more similar.
Yeah.
You like to party your asses off, drink, dance, and the cool thing about it is the dancing is about enjoyment, not romance.
Yeah.
Men dance with men.
Yeah, 100%.
Women, old people dance with young people. Kids, everybody.
It was like a rave. It was like, just move your body.
Move your body.
Whatever you got to do.
It's like Burning Man, like a little bit. I literally thought of it, but there, at no point in time were like,
good
I think
point,
they're trying to
actually.
hook up or that kind of shit like that. It wasn't
at all.
sexualized.
No.
It was just everybody go have a good time.
I didn't even think about that, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, a really cool aspect was that when you see everybody dancing, first of all, Indians can bust it down, but there are also Indians that can't. But it seems like nobody's insecure to dance.
No.
Yep.
If you're a white person, you're not dancing at a black wedding.
And if you are...
You're not dancing. You're not dancing at a Latin wedding. You're not making a fool of yourself at a black or Latin
There's
wedding.
no line dance where you got to get it right.
It's just...
That's it.
Have fun. That's how you get it right.
Yeah.
If you're having fun, you're doing it right. If you're not,
fun,
at least from the
The
outside.
only line dance we have is... I hadn't even done it. It's a Punjabi thing. It's called a Rail Gaddi at the end, where you just get in line, everybody just runs around the room like a train.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no steps. If you don't know the Cupid Shuffle, you don't know the shit. You out. You look like a fucking retard.
Yeah.
So, really good point actually about the Rail Gaddi. So that's actually like an entire song that we have an entire song dedicated to it, which the lyrics, I think, the lyrics literally translate to "Please step aside, our train is coming, our train is here," something like that. So that's one. So what you do is just line up one after the other, and you just roam around the room. Just go on and get more people to join in. That's all. That's the idea. No matter if you know how to dance or not, just put your arms on my shoulder, just stay behind my back and just move with us. That's it. That's a good point.
You can run in a line, man.
Hands in the air.
Hands in the air.
One of the things about dancing, I think it's most uncomfortable for people is they don't know what to do with their arms.
Yeah.
So even if they are two-stepping, they're like, do I snap? Do I clap? They don't know. And then you guys just have it built in. Up in the fucking air. You know what I mean?
That's the whole shit is everything. I was telling every white
people don't know.
person-
What do you think this shit is? Black people not knowing what to do with their fucking hands. So they had to build it into the dance. The Macarena is all, what do I do with my hands? Right?
I thought that was like trying to swat
the flies.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My bad.
I told every white person that was uncomfortable to dance, you just got to shrug and then do something with it. Just shrug on beat and then just do whatever you want, and it all flies.
So we're watching everybody just like let loose.
Fair
And again,
point.
I can't
That's a
speak for you
good
guys,
tip.
but that was my experience, and I was like, oh shit, like I don't have to feel insecure. Everybody is either looking amazing or making a fool of themselves because it's all in the guise of fun. As long as you're having fun, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Also, food.
Yeah.
Indian food is perfect wedding food.
Yeah.
Indian food is stews.
Okay,
Yeah.
explain.
Right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
If you go to like wedding, usually wedding food sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't
usually
realize that.
Sucks. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like you don't want to make 300 steaks at one time.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? You don't want to make 300 chicken parms at one time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like lunchroom food for kids. Like that's the reason why it sucks
Fair
when you go to
point.
public school. You get like this little bag lunch.
Right.
It sucks because you have to make 300. The Indian food is built for it.
Yeah.
The longer
Yeah.
it sits in the stew,
The better.
the better it gets.
Yeah.
So we're having like this delicious.
That's why we are so good at langars and bandaras, because our food is built for it. He actually has a point there. If you look at most of our dishes, it's great to cook in a big pot. Just put everything in there, just simmer and cook there for a long time and then serve. Fair point.
food. Everybody's having a great time. I mean, it was just
I didn't
amazing.
even think about, because my parents, I have all these Indian kids I grew up with, a few of my groomsmen you met.
Yeah.
Our parents were friends, had kids. Every weekend we would go to each other's house, they would just move the furniture in the living room and just put on music and dance. That's what a party was to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know you like went out to clubs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was always this thing they would do that I didn't realize I do it now all the time. If you're not dancing, they just pull you in and make you dance. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yep.
there is
do.
no judgment. There is no are you good or are you not. Just
Yeah.
move your
I
body.
don't dance
have
a
fun.
lot
That's all we
now at
want.
weddings.
Yeah.
but
And I didn't even realize that
that's
until you
a
said
thing.
it just now. That's what I do. When I saw you guys at the bar on Friday, I was like, where the fuck are they? I went
Yeah.
looking for you, and then I was like, every one of you, I was like, get your ass on the floor.
Yeah.
And then anybody that was insecure, I would just yank them in or shove them to the center and just be like, just go. Who
So
cares?
you know my girl is like she
Yep.
hates attention.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
she does
It's
not
very
want
sweet.
fucking
It's very
attention.
cute.
Okay.
She was dancing in the middle of the circle.
Yes.
That does not happen unless
I
she
didn't-
feels incredibly she would never do that. She was
Right.
like, this is what she said. She's like, this is actually great practice for our wedding. I'm like, you wouldn't dance in the circle.
Wow,
Oh,
nice.
man.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
So it was just really cool to see that environment. And
Nice.
that doesn't exist everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
That's fair.
And I
You
was
guys
trying
got
to-
something.
I was trying to think what are the best why are Indian weddings so fun? And I was thinking it's just any culture where family is really important, the wedding is probably fun. I've heard Greek weddings are fire
Interesting.
because it's a big family culture.
Interesting,
Italian
yeah.
weddings are probably fire because it's family and it's food.
Interesting.
So probably fire. But then Indian weddings, if you go to India, it's just mad colors everywhere.
Dude.
Everywhere.
It's the best wedding, man. Also, just the idea that like you want people to embrace your culture and dress up.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking Halloween for us. Like we were going out getting into costumes. Like we're trying to match shit. Like look at these things. We kept them, right?
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
sneakers. The
So
whole
many
thing.
people want
Yeah,
to
we
keep
do-
the bug,
we're
the
a
turban. I was
huge- I
did.
surprised. Yeah, you kept yours.
Oh, was
so
I
many
not
people.
supposed to? Was I
No,
supposed
you
to do
absolutely
that?
can. Just
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like throw it on the ground or whatever. We don't
Yeah.
mistreat it. But everybody was like, "Nah, I want to keep mine." That wasn't Indian. The Indians were like, "Nah, you can have it." Hit this shit every once in a while when you say something dope.
Oh, no, the
punctuate.
pug was fire,
Nice,
dude. The pug was fire,
nice.
and it was cool going to the Gurdwara.
Gurdwara, yeah.
Wow,
This
they
guy was
went to
telling me that
Gurdwara.
if you're hungry anywhere in the world, just go to a Gurdwara.
Yeah,
they'll
Yeah.
feed you.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
they were.
So, see, service in Sikhism is a huge part anyway, right? So, serving others with anything that we can, with medicines if you need it, in different areas, water. Water is the basic necessity, so that has to be there. But serving food, the entire ceremony of langar, that is one of the first, I think, establishments of Sikh foundation, like foundational stories that we have. So our first guru actually started that ceremony. So yeah, that is true. If you are ever hungry anywhere in the entire world, find a nearest gurdwara, you will be fed. I guarantee you that.
Were feeding like the soldiers that they were fighting against.
Yeah.
Like
They
crazy.
were.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's called langar, and it's like a big practice for Sikhs, which is like we feed people who need food.
Yep.
Like,
Even if we're beefing.
what's the real name? That's fire. What's the actual name of the Golden Temple? I forget. Darbar Sahib. I'm on this up. They feed like 50,000 people a day.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was just really beautiful.
So the thing he said about even if we are beefing, right? That is correct. Water is one of the service that we started even on the battlefield. So this was actually one of the stories that we go back to Pai Kanhaiya ji. He was one of our looked up to our idols, our heroes. So he started giving water to the opposite soldiers, the soldiers from the other side, right? They were dying, and he started going to the battle area with water and battlefield with water and feeding soldiers. He was not looking at whether these were Sikh soldiers or Mughal soldiers. So that was one of the most foundational things. A lot of people did complain to our 10th Guru, but they did realize that this is what we stood for, technically. So yeah, if you need food or water, that's not a time to show that we are not that we have our differences. That's not the time to
learn about that, because we were in where the ceremony was. That being said, that's my last religious ceremony at a wedding. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. Well, yeah, I am sick.
You became sick.
I'm sick.
Mark bent the knee.
Can I tell you something? This is something really important.
Sick.
Another thing Indians won't do at their wedding. This is really important. They won't tell you any of the rules. So you told us dress up in suits on Friday. We dress up in suits on Friday. We come Saturday. All the Indians are in tuxedos and suits, and we're the only ones dressed in Indian outfits.
Yeah. You can wear. That's why I said when you were like, "What's?"
Hello. We're looking like assholes. We're looking like we're making fun of the people there.
Dude, not at all. It is. You can wear Western or Eastern.
I can understand where he's coming from, but I don't think that's a problem.
Western or Eastern. That's why when you asked me,
why'd you guys go Western? We would have went Eastern with you guys on Friday, and
here's
then Western
why a lot of
Saturday.
Indians. If you go to a lot of Indian weddings, you can't really wear that suit again. But if you wear a suit as a dude, you just mix and match shirt and tie, and that's it. So I don't need. It's almost like, you know how women need outfits for every wedding or whatever. Like if you wear that outfit again, everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, you wore that shit." If I have a suit, I have a black suit. I just change out the shirt and tie, and I'm good.
Right.
I have to buy a new one of those every single time I go to a wedding, and so it's like
I've been wearing the same suit for the last 3 years. Every single wedding I go to.
Yeah.
Your wedding, Mark's wedding, my own wedding.
That's what we do.
The same exact suit.
I have one suit, so it's easy for Indian wedding. It works to do both. So I'm like, I'll just wear the suit at night, because then I just change out the shirt and tie. I don't have to shop. It's convenience. It's laziness.
All the Eastern people
Nobody-
went Western.
Why are you making it? We're not the only assholes. We showed up basically in blackface. We're wearing brown face on Saturday night, and I was walking in the hallway, and I saw your cousin, who's maybe the most handsome Indian person I've ever seen in my entire
He's
life.
me 2.0, and it really bothers me.
Oh my god.
It's
2.0.
Yeah.
Son! You wish that motherfucker is so handsome.
He's like Akash 3000. So.
100%.
Remember when the Terminator had to fight the Liquid? He's the Liquid.
He's been here before.
What?
You've met him.
No,
He went to the
I
old
would have
studio.
remembered
The
that.
old studio.
I would have remembered.
We would have
studio.
been blown away
Bro,
by that guy.
spread that man on some booty bread.
He told me. He said,
Son, I couldn't even talk to him.
and he's the sweetest kid on earth.
Don't be
dude.
sweet.
Yeah,
Don't
don't be
sweet.
sweet.
He's the
Blue eyes,
nicest
fair
human being.
skin. I almost slapped him in his mouth. He goes, "You excited for tonight?" I was like, "Keep staying excited, motherfucker." You clean shit off your stomach. Yo, I'm telling you, that was a
100%.
handsome
I
motherfucker.
was insecure talking to him, bro.
Super.
Yeah.
It felt uncomfortable, and he was in a tux. He goes, "Oh, you guys are going with the traditional attire tonight." Well, I'm seeing him in the tux. I'm like, "Oh, this motherfucker Akaash setting us up."
Yup.
Now,
You set us up the little foot.
Let me tell you
and
something.
you set us up at the ceremony, at the Sikh ceremony. You didn't tell me we were going to be sitting there for 4 hours. Okay?
Wow. Sounds like they had fun. Indian weddings are fun, like especially Punjabi weddings. Guys, if you have any experiences, do leave them in the comments below. And if you want me to check any other video out, let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one.